Most people believe substances change how you feel, but psychology and neuroscience reveal a darker truth. They change how your brain functions, manipulating the chemicals that build your emotions, your focus, your energy, your confidence, even your sense of self. They don't create real happiness or clarity. They borrow those feelings from the version of you that exists tomorrow, and today you're living on credit. Caffeine doesn't energize you, it blocks adenosine, the fatigue messenger, tricking your brain into thinking you're awake when you're actually running on delay, which is why the crash hits like a wave of exhaustion returning all at once. Nicotine hijacks dopamine so quickly that your brain feels instant relief, but as soon as the spike fades, discomfort rises, creating a cycle where you don't crave pleasure, you crave the absence of withdrawal. Alcohol slows your nervous system while convincing you you're more open, confident, and social, until the calm-down strips your brain of balance and leaves you foggy and drained. Cannabis softens sensation and stretches time, offering calm for some and anxiety for others, not because it heals stress, but because it temporarily disconnects the brain from its usual rhythms. Cocaine detonates dopamine pathways, giving you a rush of artificial capability that collapses into emptiness and anxiety once the brain is depleted. MDMA floods the mind with serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, creating temporary emotional warmth, connection, and unity, but only by burning through the chemicals your brain needs to regulate mood afterward. LSD bends perception itself, making thoughts feel symbolic and emotions feel cosmic, not because you're accessing hidden truths, but because your sensory filters have dissolved. Ketamine disconnects consciousness from the body, creating dreamy detachment that can feel like escape, but leaves the mind foggy as it tries to reintegrate reality. Opioids mimic the brain's natural comfort signals so completely that warmth, safety, and emotional quiet feel chemically granted until the brain forgets how to soothe itself without them. Meth pushes dopamine and adrenaline into overdrive, convincing you of extreme productivity while draining every resource your brain needs to function afterward. Psilocybin shifts the architecture of perception, amplifying emotional content, not creating new truths, but magnifying the ones already inside you. And benzodiazepines slow neural activity so effectively that calm becomes chemically induced, teaching your brain that peace comes from the pill, not from regulation. Every substance on this list has one thing in common. They do not create pleasure, calm, focus, or confidence. They simulate them by borrowing tomorrow's emotional chemicals. They give you the illusion of control by reducing your brain's natural ability to regulate itself. The more you understand these mechanisms, the harder it becomes for anything chemical, emotional, or psychological to control you. Awareness isn't judgment, it's protection. Because once you understand how easily the mind can be tricked, you begin valuing the version of yourself that is clear, honest, and unaltered. And if this helped you understand your mind at a deeper level, subscribe to the Knownsense, because here we explore the psychology behind the invisible patterns shaping your life every day.